economy, policy are concerned that you think the government should be looking at most closely as they go about rearranging the deck of cards during the second cabinet reshuffle?
Rahul, thanks very much for having me on the show. The key issue, and with specific regard to some of the economic ministries or the ministries that would need technocratic hands at the highest levels, there are two clear points that we need to keep in mind. If we see the broad theme that I am aware of, and having spoken to very senior officials who were very closely associated with the PMO, the thinking at that time was club ministries, less is more, do not have too many ministries. And the political rationale behind that, among other reasons, was that while the NDA one was a alliance, a coalition in some ways, the BJP had no reason really to distribute portfolios and ministries as used to happen in the past. Even if you look at it now, and if my memory is correct, 21 cabinet ministers, I think 9 with independent charge ministers of state, and there are 23 odd ministers of state. And if you look at that, there is, like other panelists said, some portfolios or some ministers who have more than one portfolio. Even the agriculture piece, because specific mention was made, I am aware of the past discussion that there was at one point of time thinking of an omnibus kind of ministry that would do all kinds of things for the farm sector. Remember, many years back, it was the NDA, not this one, the previous NDA, Atal Bihari NDA, which had actually moved down the path of creating a convergence ministry, which was being piloted by Pramod Mahajan, but there was a pushback from people like Arun Jaitley, the late Arun Jaitley at that point of time. So, in regard to your specific question, there are two clear imperatives. Barring Jai Shankar and Hardeep Puri, you cannot perhaps say that there are technocratic ministers or technocrats in ministerial positions in this Council of Ministers. You could, of course, argue about the health minister, but I'm leaving him aside. Therefore, you also need to take into account what the Prime Minister does with regard to the choice of secretaries. And we know that that choice of secretaries is perhaps given as equal importance as the Council of Ministers. I'll give you one example of how a very different kind of model of thinking prevails. Many of you would be aware of Praveen Pardesi, high-profile official, currently with some sort of United Nations assignment. The latest buzz about him is that he's going to take up a crucial position in the National Capacity Building Mission. I don't know how many people know of this mission and what exactly it intends to do. So I'm going to end by saying that whenever it happens and whatever happens, one, there aren't major political compulsions beyond adjusting a couple of people or 3 or 4 people, as other panelists mentioned. The larger drive will be efficiency in delivery of ground level services. And we know that the Prime Minister takes this very importantly with regard to all the social welfare programs and their delivery. And in the last 2 months, there has been a lot of work on that. And I believe the changes, whatever they are, will focus on further taking the Modi model of social welfare down further into the masses. And remember, 2 crucial state elections amongst the 9 that are coming up, UP and Uttarakhand, you will see some action there.
Sandeep Ghosh,